Are we live, Lisa?
We are live.
Your eyes are not tricking you right now. I am sitting next to Jesus Feliciano, president, owner of Innovative Technical Service One, in a hotel room, just like we did down in Riffma when we were with Josh and Taz, live from a hotel room in Somerset, New Jersey, coming off from Revent training.
Coming up from Revent.
So I know I gave you a little intro, but maybe give a little background into who you are. We were just talking about kind of where you started. Give everybody a little intro as to what where you came from.
Well, I'm a little camera shy, so right now I'm not even going to look at the camera. But yes,
you talk to me.
Okay, so I talked to you then. Like you guys all know, my name is Jesus. Right now I'm working with Innovative Technical Service One. This is my company. I'm been throughout the year doing everything I can possible to develop it, to make my mark, to make my brand, like they always said, and to give it positive vibe and energy to all our customers that we have right now. And shout out to all of them. It's 250 and growing. Thank you to all. Seriously.
Love that.
As a background, I started this field, believe it or not. A lot of people think that I've been down like 20 years. No, it's like 13 or 14 years ago, working for Long Island Repair, a real tiny, it used to be a huge company, but by the time I came in, it was a real tiny company of just me and my boss. That's it. Simple as that. But great mentor. Oh my God, the man was like a drill sergeant on everything. And he was like, you got to learn this. You got to learn that. He did not let me drive. And I'm not lying to you. He did not let me drive for a whole year. My own van.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you're not ready for this. You're not ready for
So
this.
he was driving you around? You were learning from him sitting next to him?
I was like, yes, sir. I sir. Okay. And
okay. I like
by
that.
the end of the year, I like literally knew everything that I on the basic size of almost every equipment that was out there. Garland, Vulcan, Wolf, everything that was out there. We was working with everything out there. And steamers, oh my God, he was drilling through steamers.
Yeah.
Like I became a master of steamers. I welded tanks and whatnot, and yeah.
Yeah, so then you fast forward and now you're down in Florida.
No.
And you had as my father will call it, the fire in your belly to start your own journey.
Yeah.
And start your own business. And like you said, and how long has it been now?
Year and a half now.
Year and a half, 250 customers.
Yes, sir.
And growing. So, I mean, that's not exactly what we're here to talk about today, but that is something that I think people out there that are watching, you're watching the skilled trades, and the skilled trades are booming right now. We need technicians. We need a lot of different areas to be covered in the trades. If you have the gumption inside you, the will, the hustle, and you want to help people, I mean, this is the place. And Jesus is kind of the exact, you could replicate yourself after a guy like this with what he's doing. The next 5 years, I mean, I can't wait to see where you take it. And I think that's kind of where I wanted my segue to go. We're talking about through their eyes. We're talking about the premiere that we did earlier today and showing the people, not just of the industry, but of the world, hopefully, what the skilled trades has to offer. Specifically, we're talking food equipment service, commercial refrigeration, ice machines, dishwashers, all that stuff. That's such a necessity to the world. Food service is so important. So, taking it back, we sent you a care package. You willingly decided to throw yourself as the first one in the frying pan into the fire. Give us
for that, by the way.
It was scary.
Yeah, I know. It's not easy. So we sent you a GoPro. We sent you a vlog camera. We were strapping that to your head, your chest. It was in your vehicle, wherever it was. And so I'd love to get some insight from you, because there are going to be other people to follow. How did it all go for you with filming and going through your day to day?
Actually, it was scary at the beginning. It was scary, but it became normal. I just didn't think about the camera. I didn't think about anything. If you notice, I did a lot of talking to Roberto. He's one of my co-workers.
Yeah, it was a very funny moment.
Yeah.
It was a funny moment.
There was many funny moments with that man. We have a joke, internal joke, because he was my first employee. So I am Innovative Technical Service One, and he's Innovative Technical Service Two, because he can't speak English, so it's two. So it's kind of a joke. And once as we started vibing together, we started flowing through it. Granted, I didn't make the best images, but that's because I had to not show certain things based on the customers.
Of course,
I had to respect the privacy and whatnot. But I tried to be as educative as possible. I broke down certain things, not just for you guys, but also for my technician who's learning. He's in the learning process. He rides with me a lot. Right now, he has his own van, but he has a very slower way than learning most technician has experienced before. And I've been teaching him little by little, all the basics, because that's how I started. Foundation first. Foundation is key.
Yeah.
And I brought it up to the camera, right? So it was a fun experience. It was a scary one because there was actually a lightning storm in one of the parts, and I had to, no matter what, I had to get up to that roof to get that walk-in cooler going.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that we put our lives on the line all the time. We deal with voltages that is extremely high, 480 volts, 230. We deal with not the voltages that much that kill you, but the amperage. It's 100 amps, 80 amps. These things will kill you. And yes, our life is a risk every moment, but we do it with pleasure because it's about satisfying those people, making sure that their tools are available for them to cook, for them to work, for them to serve the other people, so they could also be happy and have food and whatnot. And it's fun. I really like this.
And we saw you, going through. I think it was one of the last repairs. You started. It was still light out, and all of a sudden that repair went into the night.
Oh,
that's the dedication that goes into this field, into this job.
That's the most tricky thing about this field. You can start with the most basic stuff. The most basic stuff, a contactor went down. But I believe, and I always teach this, nothing happens without a reason. There's a reason for everything. So when we replaced the contactor and everything, we noticed that the reason was that the board was actually sending an additional voltage, an extra voltage into the contactor, which it was locking the contactor at will. And once it locks, it kind of like weld itself. So we broke our heads, like literally went cable by cable by cable until we figured it out what it was. Because it's always been cause and effect. And like I say, like I don't even want to go downstairs to the customer and be like, you know what? I cannot fix it tonight. I gotta come back tomorrow. I'm so sorry. Their faces will be like, these people suck.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't care what we go through. They don't
know. They just want it done.
Yeah.
And that customer in particular, they mentioned in the video that they were down for a month. So imagine if you had said something at that point.
Well, you remember, I'm a small company, so I do help everybody out. I do help a lot of companies out, but nevertheless, I am still a competitor.
Yeah.
I'm still a wolf out there. I'm gonna eat.
Exactly.
And in order to eat, you have to show that you are the best. It's not just that you're good at it. You have to show that you are the best out there. And granted, I am not perfect. Neither is any tech I met.
No.
We make our mistakes, but we have to admit it, live by them, be honest, have some type of great relationship with our customer, and move forward. It is what it is. It's not a God's field. It's a technician's field. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. And I just had a conversation with a very big customer of ours. We had a technician that had some issues with an oven. It was a combi oven. It was, constant things. And she didn't understand, like, why is this taking a month to fix? And there was a lot of things that went into this. Parts being back ordered is one of them too. But, I explained to her, I super honest, be honest. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to be excellent and give excellence every day, but we're not here to be perfect. I said, so unfortunately, sometimes, and it's rare, sometimes these things give our techs a little bit of trouble.
Yeah,
but we're not going to walk away, and we're going to figure it out. And we did. It took a little time, but at least it's got something.
Yes, I just have a comment to bring in here. Simple jobs can turn into a nightmare situation sometimes. Saving the day is gold collar. So that basically is kind of what happened there.
Well, thank you. It is a fact that saving the day is gold collar, because the satisfaction that you bring to the customer is something that you can't even describe, and you feel it deep in your heart. Like it's magnificent. It's awesome.
And in this Through Their Eyes series, we heard it. You had the camera tilted up because I get for reasons of privacy, I'm sure. But you heard that the person say, "Oh man, you fixed it. Oh man, we've been sweating in here for a month. Thank you so much." It was like you just made the rest of their year. Now they can actually work comfortably and do the thing. Because that's the other thing too. You know, when you look at it from the whole business perspective, you know, when you give a chef his tools and you give these suits, you know, this is the ovens, their tools, having a comfortable place to work, it helps them be more productive.
Yeah.
You're helping these people with their livelihoods. I mean, that's why we say that all the time. We're not saving lives, but we're saving livelihoods. That's important. Lisa's got something else. I feel it.
Oh yeah, and I'm not sure if people can hear me since I have you guys mic'd up and I'm not mic'd up. So if you want to repeat what I say, just in case.
Okay.
There were so many moments that you had filmed that obviously I didn't include in the video because you filmed for a very long time.
For a whole week.
But it seemed like you did have a difficult client. There was a difficult a situation where the client was saying, you know, why couldn't you come sooner to fix this and stuff? Maybe you want to talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
Demand gets high at times, you know, especially for small companies when you're developing yourself. So it's hard to spread yourself thin. You don't want to do that. That's the worst thing that you could do. And I do have, even though I have a decent amount of clients, I try to keep them within this arranged in a circle that I could just jump from one to the next one, jump one to the next one. And even if my day turns from 9 to 5 to a 9 to 10 or 9 to 12, I'm okay with it. Nevertheless, you know, it's hard to catch everybody. You know, you can't be, even Superman couldn't save the whole world on time. You know, you can't.
That's true.
And it's funny because you mentioned it to this client. You said, I'm going to come back at the end of the day after I'm finished. I'm going to come back to you. And unfortunately, I couldn't fit that into the video, but maybe it'll be an episode 2 for you.
Well, why don't, and honestly, even if it's not episode 2, maybe we could do like a break off, like what am I trying to say? The break off series or of
a spin-off
thing where we could put together like 2-3 minute things to just kind of continue to show what he's doing out there.
You gave me a lot of footage, so people will be.
It won't go to waste.
I gave you one that she's incredible. One of our main customers that we have. She was with me when I was with previous companies in the past, and that she has her own business. And she was with me, and she was like, "Oh my God, let me tell you something. You better get this. You better get that." And I'm like, "Oh, you're in camera, you know, like, oh no."
That's actually the person I'm talking about.
Yes,
That's
she and I have real close relationships. She's a good friend of my wife, you know, and we have fun in so many different ways. It's not even funny, and even with the work, I can't. She knows that I can't catch up to everything. One of her things that was going on was the Turbo Chef was down, and the part took me almost a month to get. And
was it a high speed like an NGC tornado?
Yeah, the tornado series, and it took me a long time to get it.
What part were you waiting for?
I was waiting for the transformer.
Transformer. Let me just give you a little tidbit. So I stock transformers. Was it the NGC 1062-1?
I have no idea right now,
right.
But
so
I have no idea right now.
I have a boatload of Turbo Chef parts on the shelf because we have a convenience store, a C-store that we service, 150 locations.
I waited for Parts Town to send me this transformer for it wasn't a whole month, but almost a month.
Yeah, well, and that's something you're seeing industry wide with the manufacturers. They're having a hard time. Even equipment. I mean, I just had a customer looking for a new merchandise refrigerator, 18 weeks. Something that they usually have right there, you know, to ship in 3-4 days. But if you need Turbo Chef parts, I got you.
No one's winning the battle, right? Like G.I. Joe say. So yeah, now I know.
There you go.
No, I know.
Anything else coming in?
No. So I have a question for you. I know you mentioned like the lightning and stuff. I was wondering if there's a moment that you recall that you were in the most dangerous situation.
I tell you right now.
Great question.
One of the most dangerous situations I was, and that was not planned, nothing. It was drizzling, so I put a tent up top of the rooftop. I was on the rooftop, and I'm changing the blower motor for a condensing unit. And as I'm changing the blower motor for condensing unit, I hear the first lightning far away. My watch telling me lightning 12 miles away. So usually at that time, I already start getting my stuff ready to go down to the rooftop to be safe. Mm-hmm. But as I'm getting off the unit, I hear, bah, but really loud, like super loud. And all of a sudden, shh. So I just caught myself into the unit, and I'm like, oh my God, what happened up here? Like, am I going to get hit by lightning or something like that? I looked around. I'm like, okay, is it safe to come down? It started raining, it's pouring. I'm like, hold on, there's black water coming out of that unit. The compressor just happened to blow off at the moment that I was on top of the rooftop working on a different unit. And that was scary, like super scary. I was so shaken that when I got downstairs there, one of the GM was like, "What's the matter? We heard a noise." I'm like, "You don't want to know. You don't know. I didn't even know how to explain it, but guess what? I got it on video, so you know, because I was recording everything. So I had it on video, and I showed him, and he's like, "Oh my God, you're crazy.
Yeah,
You're so crazy."
So Quentin actually says, "Hey Zeus, give me or Rich a call for Turbo Chef parts. I keep plenty too."
Yeah.
All right, also, Q, you're a lifesaver, man.
There you go.
You're the man, Q. I can't wait to see your episode.
Oh, there's a lot of footage for him too, right?
Oh yeah, there is.
That's gonna be interesting. But going back to even what you're saying, when we're talking about Through Their Eyes, which by the way is sponsored by XOI Technologies. Thank you to XOI Technologies, Aaron and everybody over there. But when you go back to Through Their Eyes and what we want to show and portray, to the young guy or girl that might happen to see this, to the person watching this that might be 35, 40, 45 years old and says, I'm looking for a career change. Let's talk about some of the things that are right here for this industry. We talk about helping people and getting things done and the the commitment and the dedication and the care for other people. Let's tell them why do they need to look at the food equipment service industry?
Well, let me start by saying one thing. First of all, there's no limitation. I personally do not believe in limitation. I always said, if you guys follow me for a little bit, you're always going to see, don't ever limit yourself. I say that from experience because, all the stuff that I've gone through, I went through different companies to work with. I tried to grow and I was always limited based on that growth and stuff like that. And I believe that I could do a lot more for myself than people believe of me, or maybe even I portrayed. But there's no limitation. So looking for skills trades it's not as easy as people may think. Oh yeah, I could bang a hammer and I could get a job. It's not. You have to study. You want to be good, you got to study. This might not be college. This might not be a bachelor or a doctor degree, but you have to have some type of understanding of what you're dealing with. First of all, it's beneficial for yourself, beneficial for the staff that's going to be working with this equipment, beneficial for the building where this equipment is at. You don't want to be the one to burn it down. It's simple as that. You 100%. Do not want to be that. So it takes time. It takes the courage to push yourself to the limits. Once you start, looking for a trade. I started as a welder. I was a welder, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember talking about that with you one time.
I started as a welder, and I actually welded in all 6 positions. The only thing I didn't do welding was underwater. I didn't do underwater welding. That was the only one. I did TIG, MIG, arc, oxygas, and I did oxygas without fill rod, which is really difficult. I melt through plates like it was okay. But after the trade, I thought that's what's going to be. So I was living in New York City, 116th Street and Lexington Avenue. I bought me a little welder, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to weld escalators and stuff like that. And somebody told me, hey, can you weld my boiler? I can never weld a boiler, but I'm a welder, so let's go.
You can do it, yeah.
I stood inside the boiler, and I kid you not, I even got pictures on my old Facebook system. Like 12 hours inside the burning chamber, because every time I weld one part of the what they call the jacket, the water jacket, I weld one part of it, I get a leak on the other side. And I stood patching this boiler for 12 hours, the whole building without hot water for 12 hours. But I actually got it. And after that, people were like, oh my God, I like this guy. That a company actually paid for my AWS test. I did fail. Sorry, I can't pass everything.
Hey, not easy.
I did fail for 1/32, a tiny little gap on my weld, which the spread, that was done.
All right, it's okay.
But trade, don't give up on trade. Trade has many opportunities out there. Many opportunities out there.
And of course, Quentin comments, hit the nail on the head, Jesus. This industry has so many roads you can go down and so much variety of things to always learn.
Yes, it does.
It's true. And talking about welding, I mean, that's something that we would love to incorporate into what we do because we hear it every day. Hey, oh, by the way, hey, Rich, can you weld this one? We outsource stuff like that. So that's another big piece of this industry, I think, that's missing. I know some companies do it. but not all of them.
We do it.
You do it. I mean, I wish we could send some stuff down to you to do for us, but
Hey, I had a
we're a little far away.
project. Actually had a project where we had to be done in an X amount of time, new construction. And I'm not the contractor, I'm not the GC or anything like that.
Mhm.
But my involvement as being the person in charge of servicing that particular location makes me, have a sense of listen, this is belonging. Like this is me too, So we got to get this job done. The mechanical people could not find a welder. Nobody wanted to work with this gentleman for whatever reason. And they had all this metal there, and they were like, "We have to weld this duct, and we don't even know how to weld this duct and stuff like that." I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it." He's like, "You know how to weld?" I said, "You don't have a welder, right? I got a welder in my truck. Let's give it a try."
Yeah.
So I did. I welded the whole duct, took it to the walk-in cooler. We did light test, welded again, light test until there was now one fraction of light test. By the way, we passed every inspection, thanks. But you can't give up on the trade and implement actually welding to what you do. Why? Because right now you could have one little part that is broken.
Yeah.
And that arm could cost $1,000 to decline. And all it takes is grind it, done.
Done. I know it.
I did it when I was here in New York. Did it many times.
That's the truth. And going back to continuing to talk about, the welding is one piece of it. Then you have, obviously, we're heavy in the food equipment service trade, obviously, refrigeration, cooking, gas, steam, electric, everything within that. The no limitation thing, if you're seeing this and you're saying, I can't do it, you can. You just have to want it, like anything else.
You do.
And the opportunities are so massive. And as we kind of go through this series of Through Their Eyes, I think you're going to start seeing across the country, across the globe, hopefully, a lot of similarities of what these men are doing. But there's also going to be some differences. And that's what we want to kind of bring to light. We want to show the similarities, the differences, and what connects us, and bring these opportunities to light, because I know, and I don't have the statistics here, but it's staggering numbers of the people going out of the trades versus what's coming in. And, I look at Fed Nation and what we're building there with the community, and I look at like it's on our shoulders. We have to do it. We have to talk about it. And it can't just be me and Jesus and Quentin and Taz and Josh and Terry Kelly, and Terry Kelly. It has to be all of us.
Yeah.
And that's what we're getting to here with Through Their Eyes series. We're going to show you. We're going to bring it to you. This guy's got passion pouring out of him. If you can't see it, then you must be drunk or I don't know.
Well, since you brought up Terry Kelly, I'm going to bring up a conversation we were having off camera about how, this is the first time we're meeting in person with Jesus and being connected through our community, the Fed group and stuff. I would love for you guys to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's see. I actually know about Rick for years. Him and his sister. I was working with KRS at the time, and I knew them for a long time. I actually almost got to work with them. But I respected everything they were doing. They had a great name out here, and I respect skills. I respect good companies. I respect people that do what they do, and listen, I know you. The funny thing is that we've been knowing each other for a long time without knowing each other. We talk for so many years. Like Ben Colon and we talked for so many years until we finally got to meet,
And by the way, we have a live audience here. We have Ben Colon over here, and Jenny is here too.
Can I move the camera on you guys?
We'll swing the camera and show them.
There they are.
But the power of what this digital media thing is kind of, it's tremendous, and it's connecting people. Now, I don't know, did you and Ben do work before Fed Nation came about?
We actually met through LinkedIn. We talked for a while before I even moved to Florida. We kept going back and forward talking. When he needed help, little questions, he asks me and calls me, and I'm like, yeah, I have no problem. Listen, just do this, and that. Next thing you know, I moved to Florida and I forgot to tell them. And I think I was about 2 months into Florida. Ben calls me, hey, you down here? You didn't even tell me. I'm like, yeah, man, I just moved down here and working so and so and doing this. He's like, whatever you need, let me know. If you want to come down, let's go have a drink, whatever. And ever since then, we kept in touch. I helped him out doing some training, some of his guys in the hot side area. I actually went to some job and we started working together with some job. I remember with the hotel on the electric on the wells that we was doing. So I actually helped him out with that. And yeah, no, Ben is awesome, great, one of the best friends I have.
Yeah, and go check out PKI Group if you have a chance. Ben, obviously here with us. And that's kind of what, going back to what we were talking about, Lisa, like I didn't know Terry Kelly before Fed Nation, before media came about. I didn't know Taz. I didn't know Josh Zolan. Yeah. I mean, we knew each other, but we got to know each other even better when we got into this group and we're talking. And that's part of what this is all about. It's not just about bringing awareness to the trades. It's about bringing awareness to, how we're bringing the trades to you. That's through this whole digital branding, digital media. That it's changing the game. And we go to conferences, we go to events, but and Facebook, on LinkedIn, all these places, it never ends. We're always connected. We're always talking. Someone's always reaching out. I needed something today over on for a customer with Train, and I needed some contact information. I reached out to the network. I got people saying, "Oh, let's call him, call this person, call that person." I mean, that's what it's all about. The food equipment industry is willing to help. They want to share. They want to bring value. And this Through Their Eyes series is just going to be a big stepping stone into what's coming down the pike.
And I truly, truly believe it because I have guys call me because of you. They call me. They're like, "Oh, yeah, we know you through." So they mentioned you a lot in the lives with Rich Malachy and stuff like that. And do you know about this oven and this and that? And I'm like, yeah, I could help you. I'll give you a try. And I have helped a lot of people over the phone from states, and I don't even know these people. I never met them. Have no idea who they are. All they knew is they give me a phone call, and I walk them through everything that they're doing. That's pretty much tech support. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yeah. See, I mean, and that happens to me too. It's funny. I people message me on LinkedIn. I don't even know who they are. They're like, "Hey, can I call you? I want to pick your brain on something." I'm like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And that's what it is. But that's the willingness. It's about helping people. That's the business. That's the industry. At the end of the day, we're fixing people. The equipment is just in between us. Yeah. And once we get that done, we get that. You get that superhero feel. You get that. The man in the cape. So this Through Their Eyes series, ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by XOI. It's one episode in. We got 9 to go. Lisa's got a lot of production going down. A lot of work to do. The first one, I think she did an amazing job. So if you're out there, give her a round of applause on putting the first one together. And what else? Jesus, so before we shut down this live, let's talk a little bit about the business. Where's your coverage area down in Florida anyway? What are we covering? A lot of territory?
Yeah, I cover pretty much from coast to coast on the central of Florida, all the way from Deltona to Palm Bay on the west coast, east coast, and from Hudson to almost Sarasota on the west coast. So that whole area I cover. Yes, it sounds like it's a lot. Believe it or not, it only takes 3 hours to cross Florida from one point to another one. So it's not so bad, right. Believe it or not.
Not too bad. Sometimes
you get a lot of windshield time. Sometimes you don't get that many windshield time. So
it probably all depends on the calls that are coming in and how you're.
Well, I try to always align my calls from the furthest point, working my way back to the center.
Smart. That's
so great. That I if you're gonna have windshield time, and I tell my techs, you're gonna have it from home to that first call. That's it.
Yeah.
From there, it's gonna be stops.
Work
until you get back to home.
Work back to base.
That's it.
Yeah, and we're working on everything: cooking, refrigeration, dishwashing, food prep. I do mixers.
Yeah,
mixers are tough.
No, they're pretty simple.
Really?
Yeah. Especially home mixers.
We found it here at Malachy that mixers were just they kicked our ass.
Mixer is about mechanics. You have to have a mechanical mind to it. I've seen mixers that have popped the shaft, the planetary shaft.
Yep.
I have seen mixers that keep eating the worm gear, it's all mechanics. You just have to understand them. I have actually worked when I first started training Roberto. His lucky day, because he's a mechanic. He's a diesel mechanic.
Okay.
His lucky day,
Yeah.
he had a big 600 whole bar. I was so happy. And he's like, why are you so happy? I said, because you're a mechanic.
Yeah.
So get your hands dirty. Pop this thing open. He started opening the gears and the belts and all this. And he was like, wow, so many pieces and parts. I'm saying, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have to learn every single one of them.
Yeah.
Every one. So, no, mixers is intimidating. Like it was combis for me when I first did my first Electrolux.
That's another one.
It was
tricky.
Really intimidating, but there's great tech support out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's people if they don't want to share knowledge, there's other people that do.
Right.
You just gotta find them, and they'll share. And today, with the internet, you can find anything.
You can find anything, and I'll tell you this: if you're not in the food equipment digital disruptors, get over right now, because that just might be the place you find the answer to your next question. There's people out there helping. You know, you put a question in the group. I see guys like Jesus and Quentin and everybody running to those and commenting, "Hey, okay, let's start with this. Did you do this?" And I'm like, look at these guys. You know, and it's from their heart. They don't have to do that. They choose to. So I think we're gonna end it here. Through Their Eyes, episode 1. If you haven't checked it out, go over to Fed TV on YouTube. Check out the first episode. We'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, your feedback. And that's it. Jesus, so you're headed back to Florida
tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mañana. Now I feel like you're gonna get right in the truck and go do a job.
Actually, I have 6 jobs already lined up. 2 of them emergency that have to be there. I have to take care of them. No, there's no break in the food industry. If you think that you're gonna lay back and stuff like that, then I want to be you.
Yeah. Well, someone will eat your lunch and your dinner.
Oh, you saw my lunch? Did you see my lunch?
We didn't. I didn't see the lunch because I don't think we put it. But we had
a honey bun with a coffee,
wings.
And then chicken wings.
The chicken wings.
That's pretty much lunch.
Hey, you got to get it in where you can, because that's one of those things. You know, I talk to our guys all the time. It's like, I didn't eat lunch today. Because it's just all of a sudden you look up at the clock after you're working. It's 4 o'clock. You're like, oh, I didn't eat.
No.
But yeah, so you're going right back to work, back to
grind.
And what else? Let me ask you this: what's your favorite fast food restaurant? Because I've been eating a lot of fast food because of this damn pandemic.
Not sure. I don't know.
Are you a McDonald's guy?
I'm not an outside eater.
If you had to go to a fast food place right now, you going to Burger King, Wendy's, Five Guys?
I think I will go to a Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, all right.
Oh yeah.
I'm a taco.
Got some Taco Bell fans here.
Yeah, I think I will go to a Taco Bell. That's pretty much.
Got some Taco Bell fans.
It's just I have no time to stop and eat in a restaurant. They believe me. Every restaurant I go to, they offer me food, stuff like that, and it breaks my heart saying no. But I have to move on. I got calls to keep going and stuff like that. Plus, I don't want them to think, hey, this guy want to come over here and eat for free.
Well, that's the thing. My father used to have he frowned upon. Nobody better take food from our customer, because then they call it. Then they're gonna call me and go, hey, I fed your tech. Can I get 10% off? And all this stuff. And because it's happened to him before. Wow. So he was like, no one takes food, but I'm sure they do. That's okay.
Hey, listen, whatever happened behind the scenes between you and the customer. Once the tech creates a relationship with the customer, that's between them, really.
Oh yeah. You
can't. It's a good bond. You can.
Yeah, and these technicians. I mean, they become requested. We have highly requested guys that are in the building.
And believe it or not,
believe
it or not, and I'm not kidding you, that is a good sign.
Oh yeah,
that's an awesome sign. That means that your techs have been doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're not only selling the company, they are selling themselves as part of this company, as part of Malachy Parts.
Yes.
They're representing that. They live that. They breathe it. And if you don't believe in what you're selling, you're not going to sell it.
No, because people are going to see it.
Yep.
People are going to know.
Absolutely.
So that's a beautiful thing. Do we have anything else going on?
No, we're good.
Quiet on the front?
It's quiet on the front.
All right.
I think there's a lot of viewers, though. I think they're all just very engaged in the conversation.
They're all just taking it in. So, listen, I appreciate you guys joining us. What time is it here, Elise? It's 6:38 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So that makes it 3:30 on the West Coast and 5:30 in the Midwest.
Yes.
And 6:30 Mountain Standard.
No.
I mean, We do this all the time.
I see that.
4:30.
Hold on. I'm seeing it live now. This is live. This is like literally live.
This is literally live. All right, so listen, Through Their Eyes, go check it out. Go see Jesus. Go walk through his day with him, and we'll definitely be putting more of Jesus's days out and some micro content throughout the year. So stay tuned for that. My brother.
Pleasure meeting you, man.
My pleasure. I appreciate you. Thank you for all you do. And that's it. That's another Fired Up Live. Stay fired up, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you on Friday. Peace.